Hey guys, I'm Cassim.
And I'm Fiona Nova.
And you're listening to the C.R.E.A.M Team Dream Stream, sponsored by the fine folks at heartaudiocables.com.
Use code KWIO at checkout at heartaudiocables.com to get 15% off your entire order.
That's right. And we're also available wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Apple and Spotify.
Thanks for
listening.
Great work.
Hell yeah.
That made me come. Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Hello. One.
Good to see you.
One.
You won.
Jesus.
All right, we're recording. Hey guys, welcome to the C.R.E.A.M Team Dream Stream. I'm one of your three hosts, Cass. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this stream where I have to ask Case, because I was staring at your starting soon screen for a couple minutes. There's one image that we have to discuss.
Ooh, what is it?
It's this white woman with dreads. I have to assume.
What's wrong with that?
I just have to assume.
I could probably
it's-
find it real quick. Let's see.
Wait, can we try to find it? Because I didn't get it. Maybe good enough glance. Maybe she's ethnically ambiguous.
She could be. You never know.
Which, again, is so.
Oh, there she
it's that
is.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a video game character?
That's I'm pretty sure that's the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn, and
Yeah,
she's shown up
right.
in New York,
Right.
LA. I'm not sure what
I
city's
don't
behind
know.
her.
Like, yeah, what kind of concrete jungle did she show up to?
She's a creature of the city, you know. She just
Yeah,
comes
no,
by
it's just
naturally.
something I noticed.
Darker than your eyes.
You know,
I might have noticed that when I put it in my starting soon
I think
permanently.
that's so cool that you put it there. I think it fits your vibe 100%.
Thanks. I've always been told I'm like those two guys from the Matrix.
You give off the vibe of white person with dreads.
Yeah, absolutely. I aspire.
During Black History Month.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, well, Cass, I don't want to cut you off.
let
Probably
me
stuff to
just-
get into.
No,
Right,
go
right,
ahead. Let me
don't-
just
yeah.
give our sponsor, before we start getting racial, let's just let people know where this racism and this bigotry is coming from and sponsored by, and that's heartaudiocables.com, where you can save 15% using the promo code KWIO. Go ahead and support the folks that support the stream and keep our podcast running week to week. Big shout if you see him in the chat, Brux5, kiss him up, hug him up. And
Please kiss
what a
him.
terrific way. Maybe if you guys want to support the pod, but also support Fiona in this Black History Month, go to the website,
Thank you.
get an XLR cable,
Use
and
code
get a
BHM.
t-shirt.
I'm joking. Use code queer.
No, don't confuse them. It's a lot of letters.
It was a joke.
They're just gonna be so confused.
They're not. They're not stupid.
No, I don't know. Raise your hand if you're stupid in the chat. And I will also. Yeah, they're so simple-minded. That's it. That's the business. And the other business is Patreon has a post up for those of you that are members of the Patreon to vote for the next movie. We are getting your suggestions, and go there and go leave your movie suggestions. Last movie was Idiocracy, which we had a good time.
Saturday's unfortunately like the only day I ever do live shows, so I keep having
It's
them.
purely optional. It's just me growing the bond with our community even deeper.
And I am
So
jealous.
it's like-
Case and I are discussing doing possible Let's Play and becoming the Game Grumps.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
working
that
for the
sounds
Game
great.
I
Grumps.
think we decided we want to become the Game Grumps.
I kind of like to steal their whole
I
thing.
want to take their whole thing. I actually want to like copy paste, just do the whole thing. Then we're gonna have 15-minute power hour. Not 10.
That's actually cool. I was actually thinking of taking Kai Cenat's whole thing.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think you should, and I think you should do it on Black History Month.
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm trying to
this
find like a
is-
huge room to like
This is-
stream.
yeah, just the longest room you could find.
I got a banquet hall at the airport Hyatt that I'm gonna like run out and just do like crazy streams with the chairs tipped over. I got my shirt off.
Absolutely.
If you find the right
yeah.
rich person, there's probably a corner of their house where they just don't even notice what's
They
going
just
on.
don't
in there.
notice, and they just like keep
Absolutely.
forgetting that it's there, and you could kind of take it.
I was gonna say,
this month
Feet,
is- yeah, go ahead.
Just in honor of Black History Month, but I can't find it,
Please.
so it might not be worth bringing up. But you didn't happen to see those TikTok bronzer challenge things, did
What
you?
are you talking about?
Kendall
What are
showed
you
me this.
Dude, give me
talking
something to be upset about, dude. Give me something.
What are you talking about?
Kendall? She's working. Damn it. I can't
Oh,
find
well,
it. It
we'll
was like
find it.
bronzer versus blush.
Please. Can someone in chat just try to find one of them
So
and put it in the Discord, please?
basically people kept putting on too much bronzer and too much blush, but eventually they were putting on way too much bronzer. They were kind of grunching themselves.
I think that's so cool.
We're okay with it for like strongman competitions, bodybuilding competitions, because it's serving some sort of purpose to help define the muscles, you know. So maybe there's a reason behind it.
There's a line there, which again, I think Case and I discovered that there was a line because what happened was we were on during one of the back feeds, we started deep diving into this obviously like this alt-right like man, like I forgot what the fuck, like Aiden Ross type of guy.
Aiden Ross adjacent.
And he was like super he was like body like weightlifting. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was like lifting, and so there was an image of him quite literally just a scrawny little white boy. And then eventually his last video before he got murdered was his last video was about how African genetics are like superior, and then he's now become full black. Like I looked at him, I was like, oh, you're a black man. But then I looked at his other images and I was like, oh, you're not a black man. You just used so much tanner and also started growing out your mustache and beard. So now you've become a little more ethnically ambiguous because your features are darker. And then also just a video about how African genetics are superior was just a cream of the crop. And then he eventually got murdered. I think it was in Brazil.
Yeah, he went from like Jesse Eisenberg to Terry Crews in like a year.
Yeah, no, it was basically that. It was just so crazy that and then we discovered he got murdered because we looked into his comments. The comments on his videos, he got murdered like 9 hours ago. People were saying like RIP, like right.
You really have a knack for finding someone online and then realizing they are murdered or dead.
I love those were my favorite times with the backfeed because our ADHD is we have really bad, both of us. And so what would happen was actually the reason we were looking at these videos was because someone put an article about him getting murdered, but we disregarded the article about him getting murdered, just clicked on the YouTube link, like, what is this? And then saw the African genetics. We're like, this fucking guy's so stupid, and then we realized that he got murdered.
The genetics couldn't save him.
Again, was great. Was good content.
I just want to say, just in terms of skin color right now, my I have to do the when we do remote, I have to do them out in the kitchen because Ashley's streaming, and I have to use my MacBook, which gives me a very orange-like bronzy glow.
Yeah.
And your lighting, Fiona, gives you just the palest, whitest.
Because
I'd say right now, Case is darker than you.
Okay, whatever.
I celebrate Case.
Have a window. I celebrate Case every day.
I celebrate Case this month and every day.
But how about we just celebrate me for this month, please?
We can.
I think I deserve it at least.
Oh, in the right lighting fee, you could stream under the moniker White Girl with Dreads. Not currently.
I could, and I feel like I'd get more views because of it.
Can we talk about as we get into the news a nice segue? Well, I wanted to on the segue of somebody dying who's a black man dying. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
This was a big one for me and Case. I am challenging Fiona to name 2 movies and or shows. Go ahead. Give me 2. Oh, you're spoiling it. You're giving her the answer.
I knew he was in Rocky.
Okay, other than Rocky or Predator.
But I knew
Happy Gilmore.
No, I don't want to do this. He just died.
What's your what'd you think of him? Did you was he just like somebody your dad liked, or did
he in
you
Star Wars? He was in Star Wars.
Yeah, he was in Mandalorian.
He's probably also in the Boba Fett series, so I think that counts.
They all kind of blend together.
Star Wars. I was gonna say Star Trek, but that's wrong.
He might be in an episode of Star Trek. at some point. I can't prove.
I just know he's in Rocky. I just feel bad that he died.
It's the chat's mentioning Arrested Development. That's honestly my favorite role of his.
Arrested Development. I do remember that.
He's constantly saying we got to get a soup going. Is in my brain permanently. You got yourself a stew going. He keeps finding ingredients, and he's like, "You get a stew going."
Get a stew going.
Is there? I mean, Arrested Development. It has to be the funniest show that no one ever talks about, right? Like, I feel like
everyone talks about it.
I don't know. I think it's the top 3 best written show of all time.
There was a period where it was like the go-to good comedy show that was like slightly under the radar, so much so that I think it became really well known. Part of why Netflix picked it up. But then the Netflix season 4 thing was just kind of like, oh wait, what happened?
It got so bad. Those seasons, the best seasons were like the first 3.
Well, those are the original ones.
So the original, So it was like the 3 seasons were so good.
It's
weird.
Tried
starting the season 4 and then I couldn't, so I didn't know how many other seasons there were.
Yeah, it's weird to me that the Netflix stuff didn't work out because they had so much of the same creative team, but sometimes you just can't.
Well, I just also think that there's a world where you just have to stop because like when you hit a peak, that's also a weird thing of like you never want to hit the peak because then you're gonna then you have to keep the peak going, and that never happens because it's the peak.
Yeah, you can jump the shark so easily these days.
Yeah, so sometimes you don't want to reach the peak, but they did. They really reached peak comedy, and a lot of them, like, there's no way to continue that.
I'm living my life by that rule, Fee. I never peak. And so
you never peak. Don't ever
stay just under the boil. Like you want to simmer, get to a froth, maybe just before you boil over.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you want to
sit.
Yes,
exactly.
Occasionally let it totally cool off, let some of the muck kind of creep to the top, then you turn it back on and you reheat it.
I just think especially when it comes to TV series or like shows where you have to have multiple seasons and stuff, you never want to hit a peak. Because once you hit a peak, everything else is disappointment. You just have to end the show.
You should remake Friends, Fee.
Absolutely not.
You should.
I don't even know what the premise of it, the first one was.
You should do an artistic French reimagining of Friends.
Of Friends. All they're doing is smoking cigarettes and drinking wine.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so there is some Grammy stuff, and before we get to the Grammy stuff, I just want to remind you guys that I see subscribing in the chat here on Case's channel. Get your biddies in, get your resubs in, get your gifted subs in, because at the end of the stream, Case is going to go ahead and wrap a shout out to you. That's what we're not going to read them right now, but I just want to let you know in case you subscribe or you get a gifted sub and you don't know how it works, we do it at the end, where I generally tune out and Case does all the heavy lifting. And honestly, my favorite part of the pod. So go ahead and get your little biddies in. I don't know, you guys. We might need to ban the one biddies. Metal K. I mean, we might need. I banned them on my channel because folks like BMOP really abused them. And generally,
you don't need to ban them. You just have to like.
I have to get better at rapping through them quickly. It's a personal challenge for me.
Like tossing a penny to a homeless guy. I mean, not the case is homeless. He's very much homeless, but like
a penny?
It's Twitch gets 55% of your penny.
Oh,
so,
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Half a penny.
There you go. Well, now you've got quite a few one biddies here because you've failed to ban them, and now you're gonna have an extra verse.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple verses at the very end.
Do a whole 1-bit rap.
The 1-bit rap. That sounds so good. You're so good at naming things.
It's great. He's the best.
So good.
And now for the news segment that's yet to be named by Case. You touched on it a little bit, Fiona. What's up with the Grammys? What are you so excited about to talk about?
I actually don't know. I didn't watch it, but all I know is I just know that I have a little bit of insight because of TikTok and how Black people are upset that Taylor Swift didn't look Celine Dion in the eye, and then and then there was just an uproar about anti-Blackness because Taylor Swift didn't look Celine Dion in the eye, and honestly, rightfully so.
Wait, but
And
Celine
then,
Dion's another white lady.
or like she's Caribbean or something. It was like an anti-blackness thing. I didn't really whatever.
I'm down to give Celine Dion to the black community. I kind of like that idea.
No, it was a West Indian queen. I don't know. There was something about anti-blackness with Taylor Swift not looking Celine Dion in the eye. I don't know what it was. That was the TikTok
Dude,
that I
that's
saw.
crazy. That is crazy.
Then there was.
By the way, her
Jay-Z.
disease is called. I don't want to cut you off. I just found out her disease or her condition is called stiff person's disease.
Is that a real name?
I've never heard of. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
But people are suggesting that Taylor Swift didn't like interact or touch Celine Dion because apparently of her sickness. I don't understand.
I just
like it's contagious.
They're mad about her being rude to this black woman right here.
Exterminator saying, "I want all my news told through Fiona. I'll never know anything accurate."
I know. That's why I wish I could just give you the headline and then you tell me what you think the news is.
But was I not right? Like, did you read that headline? Like, that was exactly
she
what
took
I said.
the she took the statue in too disrespectful of a way.
Celine Dion in the eye, and apparently it's a form of anti-blackness.
This is unreal because you guys know that I take a little bit of time in the morning to like get the news, and I really took more time than I usually do because this was all like there wasn't really anything super interesting to me, so I just like dinked and dunked a bunch of news stories, and I spent time on the Grammys. Not once did I come across Taylor Swift not making eye contact, being labeled anti-black.
Well, the thing I'm searching for is the anti-black part because it just so doesn't track for me that Celine Dion is.
Pull it up. Like I could find the TikTok. Like apparently she's.
I'm
people
confused.
are saying that like
yeah,
she's
I thought she was
coughing.
Canadian.
She's gonna be coughing in the next couple days because like you don't want to cross someone from the Caribbean because of witchcraft.
Oh, dude, I thought she was like French Canadian from like Montreal.
I don't know. She's saying someone said that she's for there's Caribbean something anti-black happened and Taylor Swift is involved in it and it's with Celine Dion and I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I believe her.
Okay,
I believe you.
Look it up. Speaking of anti-black in the Grammys, rapper Killer Mike, who won 3 Grammys, including Best Rap Album, was arrested immediately following.
Who was arrested?
Killer Mike.
Why
they
arrested
his ass. Apparently, he got into an altercation with some of the Grammy security guards. Before, like this guy, honestly, I welcome the days back when rappers were like going to jail weekly and like whatever they were rapping about, they were living, and I hope we can get another like West Coast, East Coast feud going. But like Killer Mike, who won 3 Grammys, and then there's a video of him sort of being handcuffed and taken away. I think he was let go this morning. Honestly, probably helps his rep. I think he'll get a few more album sales out of it. So yeah. I posted. Well, we got King news. We got King news coming up, Matt Liddell. So yeah, that was I thought a very cool moment for Killer Mike, even if he had to if he thinks it was embarrassing.
I also like the idea that rappers knew like street cred is just getting into little like sort of rudeness debates with security guards. Like you don't need to check my ID, you know who I am. Obviously I'm Killer Mike.
Honestly, they do the same thing Karens do, but no one gives them shit for it because they're cool.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of, like, I don't need to show you my ID. I'm just walking in. Like, there's just a lot of the, they just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, oh, fuck. God damn it. I'm stupid.
Clout? Well, somehow in my brain, clout basically. Entitlement, yes, which is just clout. Yeah. So clout is just Karening for young people. If you're like a famous 25-year-old, you say clout, but secretly you're just a bowl-cutted woman.
That's right.
Okay. I posted the TikTok. And then also Live and Sleazy posted another thing that, again, encourages why this was anti-black.
In the Discord?
In the Discord, yeah, okay. And Ravi's. I'm
down to like follow this rabbit hole all the way down.
Yeah, it was something about not. I don't know if it was because Celine Dion's Caribbean. I don't know what's going on. I don't know a lot, but I just know that I saw that, and if there's anything that can prove to me that Taylor Swift is anti-black, I will kind of take it because I need more proof.
Yeah, that's
We need to
fair.
knock her down a little bit.
I can't. Yeah, well, not just that. Like, I know she's anti-black, but I like, but like, I
Wait,
have no proof.
why do you know? Why do you
It's
know?
it's an intuition thing, but like, I
Okay.
can't explain that to anyone because they're gonna think I'm just a hater. So I just need more
Sure.
proof.
Do you want to see this TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I
that
honestly
way,
want your theory to be true. I really
I mean, it's
respect
clear
your
as day.
intuition.
I can give you many things, but people are just gonna be like, well, why can't white people just be friends with, you know, other white people? It's like, it's a whole thing. But
Okay.
anyways,
Here we go.
You can't. It's not allowed.
We could obviously discuss how anti-black it is that somehow the Grammys think that black women haven't made an album in 25 consecutive years worthy of winning Album of the Year. Okay, we could talk about it. But what's even more anti-black is having the Celine Dion, the icon, the legend, the Caribbean queen, the reason why the US and Canada are like this. 1/3 of the holy voice trinity, okay? She had her bobbing, she had her outfit on, and she made a rare appearance to give your mediocre fave a Grammy, and that girl couldn't even look her in the face. Do you know how anti-black it is to not acknowledge Celine Dion's presence? Some of your mediocre faves don't deserve to be famous, because let that be me. I'm running around that auditorium like I just caught the Holy Ghost on Resurrection Sunday. Okay? And before some of y'all come in the comments, yes, I saw the backstage photo. I'm still unmoved. Okay? Give your elders the respect on camera. Respect your elders in person. Give them their flowers while they're standing right there. And don't act like a petulant 19-year-old child who just won her first fucking Grammy. Bitch, you've been here before. If you don't pay respect to motherfucking Celine Dion, ooh, don't make me mad during Black History Month.
Wow.
So
Okay,
this is
so
not
I'm doing a bit of
joke.
Googling. I think she's really loved in
Yes,
Jamaica.
she is. That's
but
what
she
Live
is
and
not.
Sleazy put. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay,
she's
all
not
right.
Caribbean. I just remember her saying
It's
she's a
just
Caribbean
such
queen.
a wild thing to be called a Caribbean queen. I guess if we talk about David Hasselhoff, we can call him like,
Celine Dion is
a German
Jamaican.
celebrity. Like, there is something to calling her a Caribbean queen that's like really throws me off. But once we understand that she's huge in Jamaica, that makes a little more sense.
I aspire to have that level of reaction if I'm disrespected. If members of the black community can come to my defense,
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At least you
I
can
will,
count on
100%,
me.
dude.
Thank you
got
both of you.
two black guys right here, me and Fiona.
Right. I just this was obviously it's not a joke. She obviously didn't take it as a joke, but I just thought it was funny, and
I would love for you to sort of keep tabs of little micro aggressions that Taylor Swift does towards the black community.
well, her
and
not
like,
dating,
maybe we
like
can.
only just not dating a black guy.
The same white guy until Travis
or like
Kelce.
any of her friends are not black. Like, she has no known black friends.
Okay, she has no known black friends, but not
like
dating
that
a black
she
guy is not.
with.
That doesn't mean she's anti-black. It just means that she has a preference, right? Or is that? Or does that not mean that anymore?
Well, yes, no, that's true. I'm not saying that. Again, that's just things that I see.
I think
That's
it's
just
racist.
your
I
reading.
think it's straight up
That's just
racist
my
to never
reading.
have dated a
And-
black
and-
person. If you've dated a lot of people.
That's just my read. That's just me coming from a place of hate. From there,
I think
But
sexual
also
racial
the-
preferences are racist. I do think that.
I do want to say, it attaches to the fact that she also just doesn't have a lot of black people around her that she ever promotes.
Okay, that aren't security guards. You're saying.
Right.
Okay, and we don't even know if her security guards are white or black. That we should investigate that, because that would be a big. If she has white security guard,
I'm just
might as well be the
saying,
Grand Wizard, Imperial Grand Wizard of the KKK.
I'm just saying it's not. I'm not. You see, this is why I don't want to talk about it. This is intuition based. This is I've seen this and I'm seeing the patterns, but no one's gonna believe me unless I come with solid proof. And so, regardless,
No, I believe you. I think your intuition is there's something to it. I think over the years have honed it, and when you pick up on something, it's not nothing. Okay, we want to give you the space to explore
I
it.
just have a feeling. I King of Bacon
Sure.
posted an AI image of Taylor Swift with black people. I just have a feeling that there's a little bit of anti-blackness, but again, I don't have solid proof, and I can't come to you guys with an actual what's the word, hypothesis, I guess.
I do think if you've dated
this is
like
good.
20 high profile men and they all are the same white guy, it is a little there's a slight side eye there at least.
They're
I mean,
all like half of them are in the same cinematic universe too.
Yeah,
It's very specific.
they all look very similar, but again, we can all discuss like tastes and stuff, and I'm like, that's so fine. I can also go do another deep dive on Taylor Swift and the fact that she's queer baiting. That's a whole other thing
Ooh,
that we can really talk about. Because look at all the string of men that she's dated, and for her to like kind of lightly touch on some sexual whatever in her music pisses me off, because I'm like, you're not representing any of us. You're just trying to attach gayness. Anyways, regardless, I don't care.
Well, congrats to her for winning album of the year.
Sleazy has a picture of Taylor Swift with Kanye West, which again is
That is true.
You know what this is starting to feel like? As Taylor Swift is starting to creep up to the levels of Jeremy Renner for me. Where I'm gonna start deep diving, and I'm really gonna find some really insane things.
Yeah.
Because
by the way, her rise has been steady throughout the years, but she's obviously, I think, more famous now than she's ever been. There has to be a sort of like moment where people start to turn on her, right? Like eventually you get so big, you become such a massive star. You are like a black hole and just you sort of like you're so big you can't avoid doing something or pissing off a group of people. And while she has her army, and her army will defend her till they die, I think there is a version of where public sentiment starts to turn. Because right now, Taylor is she's won the whole thing with Kanye. She's always right when it comes to her exes.
Yeah.
She's booing the NFL. She's won album of the year. She's got one of the biggest movies in the box office last year. Like, at what point does she start to crumble, and like, do people start going like, Taylor Swift is old, now we're all on this new thing?
Zach Fox said it perfectly. Like, we're all just waiting for her to turn to become Muslim. Like at this point, like
that would be great.
She could kind of just do that, and
wait,
I think
that's racist. It was if she does that. People will hate her, or she'll be okay.
No, Zach Fox said it in an interview. He was like, I'm just waiting for the day, Taylor Swift becomes a Muslim, because like, I think she could kind of, what he's trying to say is like, she could kind of get away with anything. Or if there's anything, that's the thing that's going to cancel her is to change religion, like to become Muslim.
Right. But so like a devout hardcore traditional Muslim.
Yeah.
She changes her name, like Muhammad Ali, when she wears a dashiki to her next concert.
Yeah, she just goes full.
She becomes a black nationalist in response.
No, but there's a moment where like you laugh at that, but you're kind of like, she could possibly get away with that. And even if she does that, I mean, again, like we could all wait for her to just drop the N-word, and then, but I think she actually would be fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that would hurt her in any way.
You think her dropping the N-word would she could just skate by? She'd unlock a new fan base.
I mean, Justin Bieber did.
That's true.
And Justin Bieber, and he literally, I don't know if you guys watched that video. I recently figured this out because I didn't know he dropped the N-word. I figured this out on stream 2 weeks ago.
Timothy Chalamet did too.
He did?
For sure. Oh my God, yeah, for sure.
But as little kids,
Yeah, this kind. If you're under 16, it's hard to blame.
You have to watch this Justin Bieber one, because he literally says verbatim, one less low like he says that, like it's kind of insane.
Well, but does he sing it? Is it a chorus?
Yes, he's singing it like as if it's like behind the scenes.
He does. Yeah, he's like singing in earnest though, so that's why I think
like
people
it's
give him
not
a pass.
good. Like it's bad.
But it was an A, not an ER. So it was a.
No, I think
wasn't
it
a
was
hard
ER.
R.
I think it was ER.
I do have the track. I don't know. Is it bad to play it?
Let me find like. Well, I mean, I showed it on stream. Again, like you're not gonna ban me for saying that. That's my word.
I don't want to get Case in a situation where his
yeah, maybe I
channel
won't.
gets
But you can Google it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can Google it, dude.
I'm sorry. Like
we got to
that
go
shit was
from like
crazy.
some of the blackest conversation to some of the whitest conversation, which is King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer.
Oh
Probably
no! I should have immediately left.
No, it's fine.
Wait.
I think it's okay.
What? Who's King Charles?
King Charles, dude.
Here, I'll pull him
Is he
up.
not the guy that quite literally looks like a corpse? Like he's
No, that's you're thinking of Jimmy Carter. King Charles is was known as Prince Charles, but recently became king because the Queen died. Literally the whitest fucking guy I've ever seen. His fingers are the fattest sausages.
I was just Googling King Charles fingers.
I want to put him in between some bread, put a little mustard, some sauerkraut.
These are his fingers.
He's got
God, what the fuck?
I mean, it's some kind of condition.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I'm assuming.
Right?
Dude.
Or is that just...
They're so red.
like,
they are fucking bratwursts.
Is that not just being like Caucasian?
He's a product of like
What's
a lot
going
of keeping it in the family. It's like just when white people breed with white people that on the genetic tree don't differ from them so much, you get whatever he is, and it is not. It's not good.
It's not pretty. It's not looking good. So, well,
Can I talk to you guys about? Yeah, let me talk to you about what his cancer is, because he did go to the hospital for an enlarged prostate, but they're telling us that it's not prostate cancer. What I want to know is why your prostate so enlarged, King?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, enlarged prostates, from what I understood, is like very common for men.
Dude, it's probably getting poked. You know what I mean?
Well, I just have a feeling enlarged, like what was it, the PSI or something, or what is it? Like men at an age it just starts going high.
Well, his brother can't sweat, so maybe he can't,
is it
relieve
PSI?
his prostate.
What the fuck is it? I forgot. I think when you get old, when like men who get old, your prostate just like
pressure
just
for square inch.
Because like
I mean, Case, if you took me from behind, okay, and repeatedly entered me, wouldn't that eventually enlarge my prostate just from pure swelling? Just like contact?
I don't think taking it from the back is the reason you have an enlarged prostate.
I'm just saying it could be a temporary enlargement because his hog is straight red.
From what I just pictured, the answer was yes.
I don't think so.
I did a 3D mental map in my mind.
I'm gonna say I don't think so. We could test the theory. I agree. But I think that just at an age, both of you guys, like your prostate is just gonna go.
Isn't it sad to think that
it doesn't have to be? Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't it sad to think that when white people start breeding, it looks like this, but then after a couple generations, you just got this?
All right. Well, it's kind of like as a decline. There's like a moment where again, there's the peak, and then the decline is fast and hard.
What happens when he sort of buys the farm? What happens? Like, who's the next in line? Are we?
Wait,
getting,
how old is he?
Oh, I think he's 107.
10? Okay. So
he's 75.
He's 75.
Yeah, but in like people
like
incest years, yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like my dad's just turned 70, and like I look at these people who are like.
Your dad looks good.
Dude, my dad doesn't look at all. Like, I'm looking at these people who are 75 and stuff. And I'm like, dude, like,
good,
I don't know what's going on. He's been having issues with, he was having like like so his I forgot what the fuck they're called, PSA or something. I think it's like PSA or something. There's a thing. His PSA for his prostate has been going up, but like he's still not getting diagnosed for prostate cancer, but like he has to get it checked regularly because it's going up because it's like prostate's like I don't know, like enlarging or something. But like they're literally everything the doctor's saying is like it's just active surveillance. Every male, like a lot of men get this at a certain age. It just starts going up. Or
It
like
just starts to enlarge and makes you
yeah, I
pee
don't
pee. It makes
know.
you go pee pee more. You
I
know.
don't know.
It's
Yeah, or
slow.
something. Yeah, the PP. It's for sure the PP. But what was I trying to say?
That your dad's
Dude,
hot.
your
That
dad's hot.
King Charles. Well, that King Charles or whatever.
That King Charles
looks-
is hot.
No, that he just looks bad for his age, I guess.
Was he ever?
Also, like in that CNN article, if you just look at his hand, just I don't know what disease of the hand he has, but not only is his shit so swollen, but it looks like it's cracked and split open.
Mm.
I don't know if you can see that. If you can sort of like he's sort of waving in this photo. I don't know if he's like waving to God or if he's like take me, but it's in that CNN article on the.
There it is. Sorry, big
on
ad
the,
popped up. Pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, like what is going on with his?
He's got like
hand?
hand herpes, or it's like it's just some sort of cracked. There it is. Yeah, that photo right there. That is fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm looking at the picture that's posted on Discord because that one you see pretty fucking good. Like what the fuck's going on there? It's funny.
Yeah, join us in the Discord. Yeah.
My family also has like a signet ring that we pass on the pinky.
That's why you'll never be black to me.
You know, I do, but
Your
that,
family has a signet ring.
That's so my Italian side.
That ring looks like it's killing his pinky. Like it
like actually like how do you remove it?
It looks like looks like one of those
That's what my
cuckold
dad's ring
cages
is.
like for his pinky.
That's
Yeah.
Strangling his fingers.
It looks like because of that one ring, the rest of his body is overinflating and will up.
Yeah, what is that?
You know,
wait, was hand herpes? Is that what you said?
It just looks crazy. Yeah,
It
it
does
looks
look
like
crazy.
some sort of hand herpes.
Well,
for
so
sure.
okay, so I'm sorry. So the news was he's dying?
Well, he's got cancer.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's got cancer, but it's not because of an enlarged prostate, says the palace. Where does he live? The fucking.
He's
Not
always
because of hand herpes.
so when he was young, he was like obviously a better looking guy, but he still looked kind of like he had that royal weird face.
Dude, he looks like the fucking guy from the mascot for the Mad magazine.
Yes.
He looked like the
What me worry, dude. That is such a nice pull, Fiona. I'm so fucking proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Know Mad Magazine. I fucking love you, dude. I fucking love your ass, dude.
But
That
that's
was perfect.
exactly what I saw
Alfred E.
when I saw
Newman.
those
Mhm.
pictures.
The most insane glow down though is young Prince Harry to
It's so
current
sad.
Prince
It's
Harry.
really, if you want to
Oh
know
my
what
God.
tragedy is Prince
down glam?
Charles or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, this is sad. Because,
It's like the
man,
top
He
of his
was
head
so
sunk
hot.
into his jaw.
dude, so hot. He was so hot. He was a good looking guy.
Everyone was talked about how hot Prince Harry was. How
Right.
he's so sexy. He's gonna.
Or-
oh my God, a king we can jerk off
But
to
the
one
thing
day.
that also is unfortunate is that the brother, who is the same genetics basically, it
Mm.
looks so much better than him.
And he used to
So
not.
much
He used to be
better.
the weird redheaded one.
Yeah, he used to be, of course, but he
Yeah.
literally looks so much better. Like I don't know what the fuck happened.
Harry looks like someone made a handsome Dark Souls character and then hit the randomizer button like 5 times.
Dude.
And then he
a
just
glow
aged crazily.
down- A glow
Show
down
me Prince
is
Andrew.
brutal.
Show me Prince Andrew, the one that likes the little girls.
Is
Yeah.
Prince
Show me
Andrew
a
the one
photo.
that looks like a corpse?
Well,
or is
young
that-
Prince Andrew looks a little more
Okay.
more
okay.
handsome. Well, but maybe
Who
not.
would've
Here he
thought
looks
this
like
guy
shit.
would be a pedophile. Okay.
Is he a pedophile? What happened?
Oh yeah, dude. 100%.
they're
This dude was
they're
all over
like-
Epstein's island.
It doesn't matter. Like that shit doesn't shock me. Unfortunately, it's just like, dude.
That is one of my favorite royal though. Just things to say when he said he couldn't sweat, and that's why he basically claimed a
Yeah.
girl's story wasn't true because he doesn't sweat.
That's right.
Right. That's always great.
Which is like my go-to defense for just about everything.
Yeah.
that you couldn't, that you what?
I don't
That you
sweat.
can't
That's my reason.
sweat? Okay.
Yeah. The buildup of sweat inside me causes me to say things.
I just say I don't produce fluids. Every time a cop comes to my door, I'm like, that DNA can't be mine. I don't do that.
Oh yeah, Case, he's a dry guy. Yeah, he doesn't produce
fluids. Totally dry.
He's a dry guy.
He's a dry guy.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people. But what I do know is that a glow down is fucking brutal. That will throw you into a depression.
Well, aging is a natural thing. He just aged particularly brutally.
Some people really glow up when they age, and I think I'm one of them. I think I'm gonna start glowing up when I'm.
We have a photo of you in the Discord.
No, I hate that. That's not 40. Me. No, that's not me.
A
that
beautiful.
Is literally not me. I'm just
future.
letting you know. I'm letting you know that like at age 30, I think like my 30s is when I'm gonna peak.
There she is. Destructive One just posted it. There is, and Reverie just posted it. There is our beautiful queen.
Like,
There's our
great.
beautiful Caribbean queen.
Case is fully like glowing up right now.
The one Smoke Packs posted. Dude, you're beautiful, and your eyes become really light as you get older.
Dude, it
awesome. And my truck in the background looks sick.
None of this shit makes any sense. Whatever.
Mike P with the dolphin. Dude, you're gonna marry a dolphin when you're older. You look great at your age.
Whatever. I just know myself, and I know that when I'm 30.
I got a story here. Can we talk comedy?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And it's a rarity.
I'm gonna
for us,
redeem my channel points or claim my.
Oh, Shane Gillis. Wow. Okay.
No, I was just clicking
Gillis.
the little thing. Yeah. Sorry.
Is there a better sort of arc for the last 5 years? Shane Gillis to host SNL 5 years after being fired. Publicly on this podcast, I've talked about how I actually think Shane Gillis is hilarious, even though he's sort of part of a group of guys that are considered not so hilarious. But I think he's a standout, and I thought his last special was really funny. And if you remember, he got fired right when he was hired. He didn't even get to go to work, from what I understand. He was fired because of some either transphobic or racist stuff that surfaced in a podcast that he did. And so he didn't even
use some Asian racial slurs in a bit.
Yeah, an Asian slur.
You did what?
And so imagine
what?
So imagine this, okay? Imagine you are a comedian. Everyone's comedian. Like every comedian's dream job eventually is to make it to the big leagues, which is SNL, right? And so you get the call. You do all the showcases for Lorne. You gotta jump through a bunch of hoops, do all your impressions. You get to send in your tape. Then you got to do your live sort of showcase for Lorne or whoever. You get hired. It's the best day of your life. You find out days later that the internet sleuthed and found out that you did some Asian, an impression of an Asian Japanese person or a Chinese person on your podcast. That ends up becoming the nail in the coffin of the job that you just got, which was the happiest day of your life. And now, days later, you are out of a job. And what do? I feel like a lot of people just go into obscurity. He fucking just starts going independent, has his podcast, gets huge, goes on Rogan, just completely fucking explodes. Over the last 5 years, Shane Gillis went from a no one to probably one of the bigger comedians working today, and now is asked to come host the show that he was fired at, which I thought was such a fucking wonderful arc.
He must watch Bobby Lee's podcast with that redheaded guy from the Dave Show and be like, how come he can fucking do it?
Santino. Yeah, I know too, because every one of their episodes,
it's just the one guy doing an Asian voice.
Every episode of Bad Friends is essentially what one of those Shane Gillis got fired pods was. It was Brandon Santino. The biggest, most notable viral moment from the Bad Friends pod is Cheeto Santino doing an impression of Bobby Lee's mom, cross-eyed in the Asian voice, going, "I'm Bobby Mom," and and by the way, he's in a new movie with Zac Efron. I mean, it's
he's like the go-to white best friend in every comedy, you know.
Andrew Santino, I think I like what's going on here, which is we're not getting our panties in a bunch at comedians for certain things. I understand that certain things are in bad taste and aren't funny, but I think if you can do them in a funny way, and I think part of what makes Bad Friends great is Bobby Lee, who is a Korean, is on the other side of the table, either yes-anding or making, you know, the jokes even worse.
Yeah.
Makes it tolerable. But yeah.
The thing that got Shane
like
Gillis in trouble was like a podcast with 3 white guys where they were just doing like extended,
Yeah.
you know, Cumtown, but less popular, I guess.
You know, I don't know how to feel about that necessarily, but I guess there is a line where it's just like at some point you have to see it for what it is and be like, is this even necessarily like racist or hurtful? Is this really going to affect I can see where like a lot of people latch on to very small things and then you kind of disregard the whole message of like there's actual racism happen, like there's actual really bad things happening in this world. And if you're gonna latch on to Shane Gillis like saying just saying just making that joke, I just don't know if that necessarily
there is nuance here, which is what we're saying is like it's not black or white.
To me, Shane Gillis is like if Joe Rogan could actually write jokes. So he like gets away with basically having a very similar vibe, maybe slightly smarter, but because he has like an actual talent, it goes down way easier.
I do think that there is a world where I would, if something like that surfaced and I cared enough of this guy, I would want him to acknowledge it and possibly, I don't know if I need an apology, but just an acknowledgement, if anything.
He definitely apologized for the podcast thing, but it did not save him.
Then I'm like, I think we move on because I just don't know. It already happened. What are we gonna do? Like, I do think a world where less of our political outrage is aimed at comedians would probably be a healthy thing. I also think it's totally fair to think comedians suck because their jokes have, you know, imply shitty opinions. But, you know, ultimately, none of it is as serious as a lot of people make it.
I think that's the beauty in it. Like you can say what you want, but you're not free from consequences for the thing that you say, which is fine. Like I think that's okay. I think people can be angry at things that comedians say. I also think things can be funny and inappropriate at the same time. And I think we do an okay job of this on our podcast, especially with some of the stuff that Fiona says and I say, and then
what do I say?
Kate tries to dance around. Well, I mean, you just dropped the N-word earlier in the stream.
But I can say that.
And then I just
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying,
these are things that some people get a little uneasy.
Please, anyone who's upset at me for saying that.
No, one's. I'm not saying no one's upset at you. I'm just saying we aren't like kind of afraid to go places that a lot of other people. If this was 3 white people doing a pod, we wouldn't say or do the things that we say and do on this.
But we're not. And unfortunately, like that's just how life has been for me. You know, that's just unfortunately these slurs
there's some lived in experience
have just been for me, you know. But I just think that there's a world where I can't believe that Trump is about to get elected, and we're also canceling Shane Gillis for making a joke like that.
Weirdly,
like,
on the same cycle, Trump got elected last time and got canceled, and we're gonna cancel him again.
I'm not understanding. I'm starting to lose track of like what the goal is here.
We're redoing 2016. We're just gonna do it again.
It doesn't make sense.
Also, maybe Biden will die and then Hillary will just run again, and we can really just relive our glory days.
So, Timmy the Brain got a bingo because I ate a Sour Patch. And Timmy the Brain got a bingo on Fiona Bingo because I ate a Sour Patch. This is unreal. Are you guys still doing that?
I mean, it's not any of your business what we do with Fiona Bingo. That's a game that we have, and all you got to do is just live. Do you understand? One of the biggest regrets I'll ever have is not being able to play Fiona Bingo.
Fiona Bingo. Well, I feel like you can play Fiona Bingo like on any of my Twitch.
That's true.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we shadow watch you. We don't even give you the view. We watch in incognito mode. And then we watch party it, so it's 100 people watching.
Yeah, it's
like,
one person on Discord in incognito mode watching you, and then everybody watches.
This reminds me of the moment when Casa. There was a moment where you were convinced I was an alien, and this is kind of feeding into the fact that like you like observe me and try to like find things about me.
I do observe your every single move.
I think you observe me.
That's love.
I guess so. I guess you could say that. Yeah, but I mean,
I think so. One time I saw you pick up a fork and you didn't know which end or what it was used for. You were just
right. I just remember you were like laughing. You were laughing at me because I'm like telling you things about my life, and you're like, "Dude, what the fuck are you saying? Like, you're so weird."
You are. You are.
I
it's
am.
Like
I'm definitely different.
You know, like the same amount of stuff that like an alien that sort of was born here 15 years ago would know, which I think, is like every day you learn something new, especially on this pod.
Yeah, well, I think it might just be because I get my information from like TikTok and not like
China's winning.
China is full. Can I tell you, like, straight up, if like China has got me, like I only listen, I only know about things through TikTok, like
official communist agent.
What have you learned? Can you give us like maybe a rundown of the stuff you've learned, or just like one thing you've learned? I guess you did learn about the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah, I learned about Celine Dion possibly being a Caribbean queen.
Yeah. Yeah, and before that, it was like the NFL was rigged.
Yeah, well, like I learned that I'm like a disorganized attachment style on TikTok. I learned that my zodiac sign, that I'm one of the top softest people.
What
does that mean?
Just like I'm soft.
The softest.
I guess I'm just like soft and
you
genteel.
mean like people can walk over you, like sort of thing? What do you mean?
No, I'm just like I'm soft. I'm nice. I'm caring and nurturing. I'm soft.
Okay, but it's not bad to be soft.
I learned. Speaking of Shen Yun, I learned that Shen Yun is a cult. But to be fair, I did go through a rabbit hole like about 5 years ago because in New York that's all I saw was Shen Yun, and then suddenly I was like, what the fuck is this? And so I started going into a deep dive because I'm like, how are they having billboards in Times Square and also at my little bagel shop and also everything? And then I was like, they're laundering money. So I started going deep and looking into their financial records, and I was seeing some discrepancies because I was like, there's no way they're making enough money to have this much advertising in New York City, because I don't know anyone who's went to a Shen Yun performance, and I would have assumed I know a lot of people that went to the Lion King, but I would have assumed if they have enough money to be posting with this much marketing, that they at least I would know one person who went to a Shen Yun performance. Not one person do I know has been to this fucking Shen Yun. And then I was realizing, I was like, oh, it's a cult, or like that the government is paying for this, and I'm like, okay, they must be laundering money. But now I'm realizing that it's propaganda for communism.
Well, China before communism, actually, it's technically propaganda for capitalism.
Capitalism, probably, or something. I don't know, but it's a cult. So
be on the lookout. If anyone says that they've been to Shen Yun, it's code for something. It's like if somebody says they bought their mattress at a mattress firm, which no one goes to, and somebody says they've been to a Shen Yun show, which nobody goes to, it means that they're trafficking children. And
I mean, they must be doing something, because I'm like, where's the money coming from? If I don't know anyone personally that went to the fucking performance, and I can assume that to get a ticket is probably like maybe $60 to $100. I'm just like
we should
confused.
go.
For some reason, it's $30,000 to get a ticket.
Yeah, right. I just have a feeling.
And you buy tickets on Wayfair.
That they're laundering money. Like, I think that's dirty money that's being funneled into the marketing of it, and they're being posed as like a Broadway show.
If people bought their mattresses at Mattress Firm in the chat. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, to put them on a list.
I do appreciate that even if it is like a money laundering scheme, they still have to get their anti-communist propaganda in there and make it very clear that it's before communism.
I just think that no one gives enough of a shit. Like, it's so crazy because no one gives enough of a shit that they were able to kind of continue on without anyone batting an eye. People were just like, oh, it's just, Shen Yun. And then you're like, what the fuck is a Shen Yun? Like, what is that? And then you kind of ask around, like, hey, do you know what this is? They're like, no, but I see it everywhere. And you know what it made me realize? There was a meme that went around. I think it was like 2019 or something about Shen Yun, and it was like the Blade Runner scene with Ryan Gosling and that purple light on him. And then the next shot was the Shen Yun billboard that's like on, and then I was like, yeah, facts. Like, because I've seen that my entire life, and not once have I even been wanting to know what that is. So I don't know.
Well, from one communist country to another. You guys heard of this Tucker Carlson maybe about to interview Putin? He's been seen in Moscow, and he might put this on Elon Musk's X as an exclusive interview, like he did with the Donald Trump one. But I just thought this was really funny. I actually don't mind when dictators are interviewed. I really don't. I think it's more of like, are we going to throw softball questions and make them appear like like they're doing good in the world, or are we going to? Yeah, so he's probably just going to launch a bunch of softballs at him. Also, he might not even interview them, but it's sort of alluding to the fact that there's an interview coming up. He has been confirmed that he is in Russia, and yeah, I mean, Tucker Carlson giving Putin the business does not seem like a reality to me.
But think that's real. Yeah, there's no way. But I would love. Oh, what is that?
It's just him. It's just him interviewing Kevin Spacey from a couple months ago.
That was unreal. He was playing his character, right?
Yeah, he was doing the House of Cards guy. It was remarkable both because it's such a obvious like no cancel culture move, and also it was one of the dullest videos of all time, so it was just unwatchably boring.
Yeah, so no one cares about your old show. No one cares about this character. It's not like if what's his name was doing Heisenberg, it'd be like, oh cool, I love that character and I love seeing him out of his element. Yeah, selling tequila or whatever. No one gives a shit about your House of Cards character, Kevin Spacey.
I wonder what Bill Clinton with even more sexual assault is up to. Let's check in the House of Cards.
Right, yeah. Right.
So there's that. I feel like before we wrap up, we have to get a little bit of more conservative news, which is I got this red on red crime at the border. You guys know that folks are mobilizing at the border.
The border is ready.
That's why we tier listed the states last week.
We tier listed the states. If you click on that one at the very bottom, there's a fun video of just like douchebag on douchebag crime.
Is it this truck thing?
I think it's
no free speech, no guns, no offensive. What kind of conservatives are you? Oh, you're from California. You're not even a Texan. San Diego. Like America doesn't believe in the Constitution. Back up.
All right, I guess do you want to keep going?
No, that's kind of it. I think there was just that clip. Essentially, what's happened is the news has got a bunch of conservatives riled up, and a lot of them have driven down to the border to essentially like throw their support behind border security. What a lot of them are finding is that there's nothing going on at the border. There was
they're just getting mad at each other.
They think immigrants are lined up, banging on the fence to get in, and nothing's going on. So you get a bunch of like white trash, redneck conservatives at the border with nothing to do except just like drink by their F-250s, and then this sort of thing is bound to happen. You
gotta yell at somebody
crossing over with a Ford guy. Yeah. It is. There's the only people that start eating their own. It's like this is essentially what your governors and Fox News has led to, which is just like you eating your own because there's actually no real major like problem.
It's
and
just
you're contributing to a narrative that's not true.
It's so sad when two different guys with block quotes of Revelations on their red T-shirt fight each other. They could be friends.
Oh, dude. I know. There's so much in common, but in that moment, couldn't be farther apart.
You're from San Francisco. San Francisco.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
That is the first thing they shout.
I don't really understand what's going. I mean, I was gonna say this, but I got embarrassed. But like, and I know we like tier listed the states last week and stuff. But even when you were talking about it before, I really didn't understand what was going on. So like, I know you talked about like Civil War and stuff, and like, I don't really understand what's going on at the border, and I don't know why they're all there. And like, I understand it's because they're upset at like illegal immigrants coming in, but then I'm like, but like, I don't get it.
We're on this side of the wall. We're okay. We don't have to think about it.
Yeah, it's just like what are they even like? What are they doing at the border? Like, what are they doing?
It's essentially, if I don't boil it down, and it's more nuanced and more complicated than this, but from like the regular conservative, I imagine worries that they think that there are millions upon millions of illegals working their way in through the southern border every second of every day. Right. Each one of those illegals essentially will vote Democrat, and we're essentially, they think we're getting a bunch of free votes.
Okay.
And they don't, they all think they're, like Trump said, they're all rapists and they're all criminals. Right. And so every single person that comes across the border is on their way to rape your family. And and they will vote Democrat, which is like a two-pronged attack that they are not, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. And they're going to take their Social Security, their Medicaid.
They're gonna take our jobs.
Take their jobs. They're going to work for a quarter of what they're getting paid. Okay. I mean,
they're also
there's a lot to be scared of.
They're just bored too.
Yeah, because like, what are they like doing there? Like, what are they? Are they like stopping?
Who's
like? What are they doing? Like, I don't know. The guys that like the conservatives. Like, what are they doing down there? Like, what's the fight right now? Like,
they're just showing support for like the governors, all the conservative governors who said that we're going to send our national or they're like Coast Guards or whatever down to the border to put up razor wire because we want to stop the hemorrhage.
Okay.
The hemorrhaging border. Yeah.
Okay. So they're like, okay. I see why this is stupid.
It's become a political issue because Biden's like, there was a Supreme Court ruling that said you can't put up razor wire, and then they're like hell, we can't. It's our border. We gotta protect it. And then the governor of Texas is like, we're gonna not listen to the Supreme Court. And then all the other conservative governors we're sending down our men to help you down there in Texas to put razor wire up. And it's that's essentially what's happened, which is so fun.
This is why some people, you have to introduce them to Civil War reenactments and just hope it sticks.
Yeah, no. You know what? I've always looked at those people with fucking side eye because I'm like, what are you reenacting, dude? It's time to move on. But like, they love the LARPing of the Civil War is like actually insane. And I think could be interesting just to see like what's happening in their brain.
This is for the people who think Civil War reenactment's too nerdy. They're like, no, I'm kind of like on this cool shit where I go to the border and my uncle and I finally get to sit with people we agree with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, rev our trucks at people we agree with.
Yeah, I guess, I guess, like, okay, from the video, I guess that's what I was confused about. The video we just saw was like some guy trying to run over, but I thought they were all on the same team.
It feels like a Kmart parking lot to me, like a Virginia Kmart parking lot.
I didn't understand that. Like, was that guy trying to like run them over because he was upset?
Yeah, he got too close. I think there was like the interesting part for me was like when the conservative from, I think they were in Texas or whatever state they were in, is calling the conservative from California. Like they're sort of taunting them because I guess you can't be a real conservative if you're from a state
Right,
like
right.
California, which if you're a conservative from California, it's like, man, you're just getting picked on. You're not
Yeah.
even accepted by your own
Yeah.
people. So
Mhm.
it got to be a tough living. You got to be a tough living. And
Yeah,
that's all the news I got, guys.
Okay, well that's.
We actually got through almost all the stories.
Most of it. We got through most of it. Yeah, this was great. Again, as always, I learned a lot, and and I just keep learning. Because
what we
I'm
love
just like
about
a
you.
sponge.
I always
You're
say
a gay
that.
little
Fiona's
sponge.
like a gay little
You're
sponge.
I'm a gay little
You're a gay little
sponge that
sponge.
absorbs.
Go to TikTok. I can't wait for what you're gonna learn this week from TikTok. Go there. Go tune in Wednesday for our Patreon.
Maybe I'll bring some more TikToks on Wednesday.
Dude, bring
of
bring some conspiracy talks.
Maybe I'll come in and I'll be like, "This is the Fiona news. We got the regular news from everyone, but Wednesdays when we get the Fiona news and it's just TikToks that I saw."
Oh, and we're not in person this week because of the Rainpocalypse here in
That's
California.
true. It is raining a lot and it's flooding.
It hasn't stopped raining for a full 24 hours, which is fun. And I think it's probably safer for people to stay off the roads. That being said, I'm driving down to the Container Store. I've been on a home organizing trip kick lately, so I'm gonna go pick up some drawer organizers.
I will say, Kasim, you have been a bit MIA these past couple days. I hope you're doing okay. I know that when you become this, something's going wrong, and so.
I've had a lot of home projects. I got all the tools out. I've been redoing the office, which is I've been hanging posters, pictures. Also, every time Kevin tries to call me, I assume he's calling from his Apple Vision.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to. That's kind of what I
Mhm.
wanted to bring up because I finally answered one of his FaceTime calls yesterday, and and I have been answering a lot of them because like I obviously love to talk to him, but there has been a few that I missed just because I've been dealing with life, and so I answered one and I was at a bar and he's floating in midair. And I'm like, what is this, Kevin? I'm confused.
It looks crazy.
Maybe I can talk to you later about this. He tries calling again this whole week, and he's been calling a lot. And recently, yesterday, I answered, and he's again floating in air, and he's showing me what he's gonna do, what he can do in the Apple Vision. But then he did mention that you have been MIA and that he can't get in contact with you. I have to imagine.
Mm-hmm. I have to imagine that part of the fun of owning an Apple Vision right now is FaceTiming your friends and showing them your Apple Vision. And so if he's not reaching me, I'm sure it's a little frustrating for him.
He's frustrated.
I did hear he's going to return it. He's going to return
it. Yeah.
I did watch I've watched a couple Apple Vision reviews. I've seen sort of like what people are doing with them. I think the concept is really cool. Obviously, the technology is just not there yet in terms of like what I keep seeing viral talks of like people driving Cybertrucks with the headset on and like walking, in New York, crossing the street with the headset on. I think it's cool that you can set up whatever. Like, there's a really great video that some guy has. I have it. I'm going to show it on stream tomorrow. But like, he's essentially just like has a big screen up in his living room. He's got his computer up with like a bunch of monitors. Really cool workflow. But I can't imagine that wearing that headset and the bulkiness and the 2-hour battery is like
it's unfortunately the bulkiness. You need it to be lightweight. You need to essentially not feel it on yourself. Like it should feel
once
just
they get into like Ray-Ban style. We'll be there. But we have to go through this version.
I just don't think $4,000 for this is fucking worth it. But whatever.
I'll consider a Gen 2, but most likely will be a Gen 3 purchaser if depending on how much of a leap they make on this next version.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm just letting you know Kevin wants to see you. Kevin wants to hear from you. Maybe just call him.
But not in person.
I'm gonna call him right now. Yeah, I'm gonna call him right now.
Before he returns it. Before he returns it. He's really excited to show you his stuff.
Yeah, I saw a photo of what because it recreates your face in
I
FaceTime.
screenshotted it as I was screenshotting. I was like, Kevin,
maybe it was yours.
You look crazy.
It
was
looks
mine.
so bad.
I was like, you look crazy. You look like you're God, and it just was so insane. It felt really weird, but yeah, no, I screenshotted it because he didn't know how he looked like to me, so I showed
It's
it.
so
to
good. There's a
him.
bunch of great photos of it in the Discord right now. Join us in the Discord. Get your biddies and your subscriptions in right now. My stream tomorrow is going to be running a little bit late. We're getting Nora's stitches taken out tomorrow at 10, so I'll stream right after, and then we'll have a Patreon Wednesday night, and that's it for me.
Yep.
B, are you streaming tomorrow?
I'm probably gonna stream tonight, or tomorrow. I have to edit this video that I shot last week, so I've been really bad at my streamings. I've been really busy, but I will hopefully get back into Pal World with Exterminator. Also, before we all leave, I'm begging each and every one of you to please go on my Instagram post and just post. Can you just please write how much like pussy I get or something? I don't know, just like something like oh wow, Fee, like you're so hot. Like I don't know, just like. Don't write pussy or else Instagram will like delete it. Just
well, maybe you shouldn't have suggested that one right
well,
off.
I don't know. I'm just like anything. Just I don't know. Please, please
go support our girls' IG, guys.
I need to look cool. I don't look cool.
Ace?
Yeah.
You streaming?
Please.
I think I should be able to this week. I keep getting hit with various things that have prevented me from streaming regularly, but I feel like this week is so far looking more promising.
Okay. Well, great. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for all your subs to get paid off.
Okay.
In cases, I can hear Kendall in the background, so if you need to do it a different way, let me know.
I think I'll have to kind of do a wisp. I'll do R&B again. Let me see if I have an R&B track still. Oh yeah. This is weird for a soft-spoken R&B track, but that's fine. I'll do it anyway. Yeah.
Stay dry out there, guys. Don't
dry
get
in here,
boys.
boys.
Go to the Container Store.
I got a heart that you can't contain. Subs been bringing me all that pain. LA may be bringing us some rain, but I'm about to bring you some good brains. Sub coming in, yeah, we getting it fucking in. King of bacon bringing the meat and now we swim. We got S1000 giving me a pounding. Sub to me, daddy, you got me fucking shouting from the rooftops. It's a hype train bringing me subs out day. I gotta be quiet cause Kendall's on a call, but you know I'm gonna shout out every bit after all. We got yeah, so special. Coming in, we got Jay, credible, scammer, easily giving me a lick of a very tasty couple of those 100 bits. Okay, J Money, let's get it straight, dropping subs, or maybe dropping 3 fucking 8s underwent trend. Yeah, you know what he spent. He gave the daddy a sub, and now he's so heaven sent. We got Snorlax, sings easy, dropping some so goddamn easily. Xander, FFX1, that's 11. I meant to say that it's FFX11. That's a sub, and now we're getting to the fucking part where there's like a bunch of bits. There's so many 1 bits. I'm swimming in his 1 bits, swimming in his 1 bits. Metal Chaos, that's the boss, dropping another community sub. Yeah, that's the sauce. We got Clap Lord, Bastard Man, dropping 5 subs because he can. Actually, that's just 2 subs. I got confused, but Into Daddy dropping 5 subs. He never lose. Yes, because he's the best. That's just some of your subs. Let's get through the rest. Custom reality with the follow. You know this next sub is easy to swallow. It goes harder and harder. That's a sub from Give Slaughter. Call me Aurelius Abrici with that 1 bits. And that's the fucking 1 bit R&B. We done, that's the whole day's fucking cream. We getting out and we do it with the right. Thanks to each and every single person who paid. There you go, guys.
That is so cool. That is like the coolest thing.
Well,
So
we're
cool.
stretching the definition of cool, but I'll take it.
This is so cool that you could just think of words like that. That's so cool.
Hopefully I was pretty quiet with that, because Kendall is straight up on a work call with her mic on.
No, well, I guess I don't know, but it sounded quiet enough.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
It's a cream raid. Let Bruce know.
Cream. All right. Cream team out.
Cream team out, guys.
Please.
07s.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you soon.